dear Dr. Motuji, Revered Swami Satyeshanandaji, dear Swami Satyeshanandaji, Dr. Milo Thalu, Dr. Romar Dabu, all the medical professionals and students of nursing who have gathered here. I consider it a privilege to be here. I came here in 2020, February, from Belur. We had come 4 of us, and we were here for 4 days. That time we were extremely busy with the official work, so we couldn't interact with you on this plane. So as our Dr. Roma Dabu, he started, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kashchit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Let everybody, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Lokaha Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Let all beings be happy. Let all beings be peaceful. Let all beings be blissful. And let none come to grief. Let nobody suffer from any kind of ailment. So I feel this is one of the most important prayers which help us to cope with stress. Because stress is, as he said, as Dr. Romar Dabu, he is a cardiologist, I heard from Swami Satyeshanandaji, stress has become pandemic all over the world. Every one of us is afflicted with stress. Every one of us has to cope with stress. If somebody says, I don't have stress, it's difficult to believe that the degree of stress varies and the ability to cope with stress, ability to handle stress varies. So it's like, I'm reminded of an analogy. There is a water pool, water body, maybe a swimming pool or a river. You will find some boys having a great time there, great fun, enjoying their swim. And somebody is drowning, sinking, seeking help, gasping for breath. The reason is these kids, these boys, these people have learned the art of swimming. So they enjoy being in water. They derive great joy, great fun. And this person doesn't know the art of swimming, so he drowns, he gasps for breath, and he succumbs. So we all need to have this technique, how to live a happy life, a fruitful life, a meaningful life, a purposeful life. Because every day you read in the newspapers, in the print media, electronic media, everywhere, thousands of people are in great distress. They say about 250,000, about 2.5 million people do not see the light of the day. They die. They do not get up in the morning. And we are extremely fortunate to be alive, to be here, to be breathing, to be able to see, to be able to talk. It's a great miracle. It's a great blessing. Every day is a great blessing. So we must have this attitude of gratitude. Lord, you have given me a new lease of life. Hundreds and thousands of my fellow beings have passed away, have died. They are no more. They were with us till yesterday, but now they are no more. So Lord, it's an opportunity. It's a great blessing that you have given us, and let me be able to make the best use of this great gift called life. So stress, as Dr. Dabu is inevitable, and especially among the medical and nursing professionals, it's a professional hazard. The problem of stress, this easy fatigability, irritability, lack of quality sleep, long hours of duration of work, and then frustration to meet the demands, the patients, the parties, and the authorities, and the government. So many factors operate. So as we are human beings, we are not machines, or we are not computers. So we tend to react. A machine does not react, it doesn't respond. We react. So we human beings have this beautiful mechanism, complex called body-mind complex. So in the medical jargon we use psychosomatic factor. This unit is there. Body, mind, they are closely interrelated. So how does this help us, this knowledge, how this body operates and how this mind operates. All of you know how this body functions. We study anatomy, we dissect the cadaver, we study each and every cell, the skin, the subcutaneous tissue, superficial fascia, deep fascia, muscles, arteries, nerves, bone, tendons, bone marrow. We all study in great detail in anatomy. And physiology, how different physiological processes take place, how different systems work, endocrinal, which this excretory, circulatory, respiratory, gastrointestinal, digestive system. All these we learn in physiology and the biochemistry, how the energy is converted, the cycles and all. Here, the beauty of this, the body-mind complex is, this body we can touch, we can see, we can do imaging studies, we can take an X-ray, we can do ultrasound studies, we can do CT scan, MRI, any number of tests, and we can run. But mind is such a thing, nobody has seen mind. We do not know anything, we know very little about mind, but we know that there is a thing called mind because I think, I feel. So what exactly is our true nature? Only when we know who we are, who am I? This is a very important subject. We know everything about the human body, the way it operates, the pathology, the physiology, then the different systems and how the ailments can be treated with the help of medicine, surgical interventions, all those things we study. But this mind, we do not know. We can't take photographs, we can't do ultrasound, MRI, we can't do blood gas analysis and all. But still we know mind is there, and mind plays a very important role. So this question we have to ask ourselves, because every one of you is endowed with a sharp intellect, a brilliant intellect nowadays. So we have to do deep thinking at times. We need to work, we need to do our work efficiently, sincerely, wholeheartedly. That is, we need to study as students. But at the same time, whenever we get an opportunity, we have to do what is called self-analysis. This introspection, going deep within. This body we have studied, this is a dimension, this is an outer dimension, external dimension, superficial. We have to go a little deeper, that is mind. What am I? Am I mind? Am I just a combination of thoughts, emotions, desires, urges, feelings? No. This India is great because it has produced men and women of extraordinary genius. They went deep within and discovered the most profound dimension. There are laws which govern the physical universe, the cosmos, the external universe. We have any number of laws of motion, law of gravitation, laws of thermodynamics, laws of genetics, so many laws we have which govern the external universe. Similarly, we have laws which govern the inner cosmos, inner world. So that law we must be aware of in order to lead a happy, peaceful, meaningful, purposeful life in this chaotic world. So we have to ask ourselves, who am I? Am I just a combination of atoms, molecules, hormones, enzymes, neurotransmitters, chemicals, all these external things? Am I just a combination of these thoughts, emotions, feelings? Who am I? Our rishis, the wise men who dedicated their everything for investigating this, for exploring this inner journey. This is inner exploration. We have what is called external exploration. We study, we have a career, we have a family, we have financial security, we have a status, position in the society. That is external journey, external exploration. Similarly, we have an inner dimension. We have to do simultaneously inner exploration. What is there inside? What exactly is this? So Swami Vivekananda, Dr. Romer Dabu, he said, that is one of the most important teachings of Swami Vivekananda. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. It's a clarion call. Always arise, awake, be alert, till the goal is reached. What exactly is the goal of human life? Till we know our true nature, there will be always fear, always anxiety, stress, a sense of insecurity, a sense of unfulfillment, a sense of frustration, discontent will be there. Only when we know our true nature, the most profound dimension within every one of us, then we will be able to cope with stress. So this is of paramount importance, to know the true nature of human beings. Who am I? I have a body-mind complex, and deep within I have this Atman, this soul, self. Whatever name you give, there is water there. Some people call it aqua. Some people call it aqua. Some people call it H2O. Some people call it pani. Some people call it water. Some people call it tanni, veldam, neeru. Different names are given. But the stuff is the same. When we drink, we feel great joy. Our thirst is appeased, quenched, and we feel a sense of relief. We feel kind of fulfillment, satisfaction. Similarly, deep within every one of us, that I, if you close your eyes, you will understand. In deep sleep, if you go further, there is a common factor called I when we close our eyes. I am not just a combination of this material substances, matter, but that self, that deep dimension, that profound I, they call it self or Atman or Paramatma or God in heaven. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is within you. That is, the kingdom of heaven means that God is within me. And Prophet Muhammad said God is nearer to you, nearer than your jugular vein, this neck vein. So all the religions, all great prophets, messengers of God have told that all that we need, the strength, the succor, the intelligence, the technical know-how to cope with stress, to live a happy, peaceful, meaningful life, a life of service, a life of fulfillment is already within us. The goal is to manifest this, to express this, to experience this. He said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So till I know my true nature, that I am one with the infinite existence, I am not a separate, isolated island, I am not a fragment, I am one with the entire existence, then the sufferings cease, the misery ceases to exist. So that is the lesson we learn from the great masters that India has produced, whether it is Guru Nanak or Gautam Buddha or great saints and sages, even Jesus, and all those great people have told, turn within. That is very important. You do your work sincerely, wholeheartedly, earn your living, have very good house, good food, nutritious, wholesome food, good housing conditions, good hygienic food, everything. But at the same time, we must know our true nature in order to be free from the sense of insufficiency, the sense of lacunae, deficiency. I lack something, the discontent. Jesus said, man does not live by bread alone. He wants something else. Roti, kapda or makan is zarurat hai. Lekin man wants something more than this. So, the topic that is, I myself have chosen because I worked, even now I work as a physician. I worked as a physician in a tuberculosis hospital. I had to face a lot of stress, a lot of difficulties in a rural tribal area of Jharkhand, where the body weight used to be 20 kgs, 18 kgs. His weight would be around 18, 20 kgs. His age would be 25 kgs. Severe malnutrition, protein energy malnutrition. You can't even believe that people's hemoglobin would be around 3.54 grams. Normally it's around 10, 12, 13, 14 in men and at least 11, 12 among women. And this compensate, hyperplasia, all those things were cardiac hypertrophy, compensatory. So severe anemia, I have seen with patients dying in front of me with severe hemoptysis, pulmonary tuberculosis, extensive pulmonary tuberculosis, both the lungs are completely destroyed, eaten up by the tubercle bacilli, fibrotic changes have taken place, bronchiectatic changes have taken place, his severe bronchospasm is there, unable to breathe. So day in and day out I have seen this and unable to help them. And then this chronic empyema, accumulation of pus in the pleural cavity, you need to do a decortication surgery. It's an invasive surgery, not very easy, and you lose patients. You work for them, you lose your patients, so you feel a sense of deep, profound grief, sadness, and you don't get the facilities you require. That's also there, because this hospital is it's like an abyss. It's very difficult to keep updated because new equipments come, the things change. To be updated is extremely required for a charitable hospital like ours. It's extremely difficult. So I've faced myself stress every day, and the patients, especially I'm talking of pulmonary tuberculosis patients, they were positive, sputum positive, with Zeden stain, Ziel-Nielsen stain, plenty of bacilli, living live bacilli, highly infectious. To work among them, it requires tremendous perseverance, passion, fearlessness that comes from an inner source. So, and on top of it, patients, when they get better, say for 2-3 months you give them rifampicin, INH, pyrazinamide and all, and after 2-3 months they feel much better and they stop medicines, they discontinue medicines, and then again we have to restart the whole thing. Sometimes they end up in multi-drug resistant tuberculosis or extensive drug resistant tuberculosis. So at every step we face problems. Cardiologists face their own problems, surgeons, general surgeons face their own problems, anesthesiologists have their own problems, the obstetricians, gynecologists, everybody has his or own problem. So how to cope with this, how we have been taught. So the moment we get up in the morning, early morning, if it is possible, they say it gives you a lot of advantage. Say at least half an hour before sunrise, because you get plenty of time. In car racing, Formula Grand Prix, Formula 1 racing, there is what is called pole position. And in badminton, suppose you are playing badminton, straight away you go 5-0 lead. And if you are playing a football match, within 10 seconds you score a goal and you increase your goal 2-0, 3-0 like that. Suppose you are playing cricket 20-20, in first 5 overs itself you have scored 60-70 runs. That gives you a great advantage. Similarly, if you can get up a little early in the morning, at least half an hour before sunrise, that gives us great advantage. So we can plan things properly, because the nature is quiet, serene, we will be able to think clearly, clarity of perception, clarity of understanding, clarity will be there. Suppose you are traveling in an aircraft, if there is no clarity, if the visibility level is very low, it's very difficult for the pilots to navigate. Sometimes they'll not be able to land the aircraft also, they'll have to go back. So this clarity we get when we get up in the morning. So the moment we get up in the morning after finishing our ablutions, so we must sit for meditation. What exactly is meditation? So it is establishing an intimate contact with the ultimate reality. There is an ultimate reality. There is a power. This God exactly, some people call it God, some people call it Allah, some people call it Rama, Mother Durga, or Doni Polo, Sun Moon God, whatever name we give. It is basically infinite power, infinite energy. This mic is working on account of energy, fans are running on account of energy. This whole thing is luminous, illumined on account of electricity. Similarly, this is basically energy. So similarly, the whole universe is run, controlled by this infinite power, infinite energy. So we must try to establish an intimate connection, an intimate relationship with the ultimate reality, with the supreme reality which spins this universe. That gives you a sense of security. Feeling a sense of security is very important. I am safe in the hands of God. Just as a small child always feels safe on the lap of its mother, in the lap of its parents. A small child has no stress, no anxiety, no tension, because it has full faith that my mother is taking good care of me. My father will never let me down. They provide me everything that is required. So, because our body is absolutely fragile, here giving up one's ego and arrogance and pride, we must establish an intimate contact with the ultimate reality. Why I say, as doctors, as nursing professionals, all of you see every day how fragile this human body, how uncertain our lives are, how unpredictable it is. Just a little bleed in the brain, I may lose my strength, I may have a hemiplegia, paralysis or a paraplegia, whatever it is. Just a small bleed or a thrombosis, a little clot in the coronary arteries, left arterial descending arteries, I may have a massive heart attack and succumb immediately. Just an intestinal obstruction or a tumor or an acute intestinal obstruction can land me in an emergency. A mosquito bite A falciparum mosquito bite or a dengue bite can land me in ICU. My platelet count may go down, renal shutdown can happen. So you understand how fragile these diseases, these afflictions, infections, inflammations, autoimmune disorders, neoplasms, trauma, accidents, they do not spare anybody, they do not respect anybody. Every one of us is susceptible, vulnerable to these eventualities. So when our lives are so fragile, a hit can, and a blow here in the skull, all of you know, it can lead to an intracerebral bleed. A fall can cause an intracerebral bleed, a subarachnoid hemorrhage, space-occupying lesion. So many things can happen. So when this is our condition, so fragile, unpredictable and uncertain, we need to derive strength. We need to derive strength from that inexhaustible motive force which spins this universe. This is mobile phone. Everybody uses mobile phones. So if I constantly use mobile, you don't require tape. Let it be here. Thank you very much. So we use mobile phones. It has become our eternal companion. We can't live without it. But if we constantly use it, the battery gets depleted and we will not be able to use it. So what we do, with the help of a card, we connect to the mains and the power flows and it gets recharged. So similarly, our mental batteries get depleted when we interact with so many people of different temperaments, of different backgrounds, different mindset. So our energy gets frittered away. So this is how it is. So it's basically science of the inner world. As we study science, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, pathology, everything we study, pharmacology, pharmacodynamics, kinetics, everything we study in a systematic way. Similarly, this is the science of the inner world. So to rejuvenate ourselves, to revive our mental energies, to rejuvenate ourselves, we need to plug into that ultimate power. Everywhere I quote this because it's simply fascinating. There was a great surgeon, there was a Nobel laureate, name is Dr. Alexis Carrel. He has written a very famous book, Man the Unknown. He was a French surgeon, then he migrated to the United States and got a Nobel Prize for his pioneering work on vascular surgery. He was a super specialist, he was a vascular surgeon. So he has written a beautiful book called Man the Unknown. Man the known, we all know, anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, we all know. So man the unknown, there he writes, prayer, how does it help? Meditation, how, a vascular surgeon, a Nobel laureate. Nowadays a lot of studies are being done. How prayer, meditation, relaxation techniques, yoga, visualization, creative thinking, positive auto-suggestions, all these things help us. So he says, prayer is the most powerful form of energy one can generate. It is as real as terrestrial gravity. It is self-rejuvenating, luminous like radium. As a surgeon, as a physician, I have seen men lifted out of suffering, melancholy, depression, stress by the serene effort of prayer. Then he says, what happens during prayer? What is the physiology behind this? What is the dynamics behind this? He says, when we pray, we link ourselves, we connect ourselves, we establish a relationship with that infinite power, with that ocean of energy. And so we become stronger physically, mentally, emotionally, and we will be able to resume our day-to-day activities, day after day, month after month, year after year, on a sustained basis, in a consistent way. So we will be able to work. So the moment we get up in the morning, whatever may be our method of prayer, what is required is sincerity. You can reach Itanagar by many routes. You can come by train, you can come by flight, you can come by road. It doesn't matter. Whatever suits you, whatever suits your temperament, you can adopt. What is required is that intensity, that sincerity, that longing to connect ourselves with that infinite spirit. Here in India, that is the beauty of Indian sages. They were so large-hearted, so broad-minded, no kind of fanaticism or bigotry. You can reach God in any way. All paths lead to God. That is why that Sarva Dharma Samanvaya. The only thing that is required is sincerity. A small child may call its mother Ma. Some children in some places call it mother. Some people call it mommy. Some people call mother Amma. Whatever name, but the mother responds. Similarly, whatever Sri Rama may be my Ishtadevata, Sri Krishna, Sri Ramakrishna, Ganesh, Shiva, Jesus, Guru Nanak, Allah, Sun, Moon, God, whoever, whoever may be my chosen deity, I have to have sincere love for that chosen deity. He is my protector, He is my maker. I am safe in His hands because He has created me, and it is His responsibility to guide me, to safeguard me, to take me along the right path, to make my life meaningful. So this is how prayer is basically conversation with God. Conversation, intimate. We talk to our friends, we talk to our parents, we talk to our friends and relatives, children. So similarly, prayer is basically an intimate conversation with God. Lord, I am your small child. And because small child means we may have aged, chronological age, maybe in our 50s, 60s, 70s, 30s, 40s, it doesn't matter. But we are, because our body is so fragile, before that infinite energy, we are not even a speck of the dust. We are not even a drop in this huge ocean. So this humility, this sense, I must basically deep within, Lord, I am your small child. Please guide me. Please help me. Please give me strength to do my duty sincerely. If I am a student, I must tell God, give me concentration of mind. Let me find joy in my studies. Let me be able to understand all the subjects, anatomy, physiology, whatever it is. And let me be able to remember everything. Give me memory, brilliant memory, the capacity to understand all the concepts, and the capacity to do well in academics, in all the examinations. Let me come out with flying colors for students, for professionals, medical professionals, Lord. There's a beautiful book called The Gifted Hands. Some of you must have read, by Dr. Ben Carson. He is a pediatric neurosurgeon. Now I don't know where he is. He was in Baltimore, Johns Hopkins Hospital. He was born in a black family, American family, in a slum area. So his life is very inspiring. He went on to become that chief of pediatric neurosurgery at the age of 32 in that famous Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. He says, before every surgery, I take inspiration, guidance from God. I pray to God for strength. Lord, see that nothing goes wrong, because there are so many things which can go wrong, which may go out of our control. We do not know how the patient responds to the surgical intervention. So please help me. So in the morning when we get up, as I said, prayer, Lord, if I am a medical professional, give me strength, give me wisdom, give me patience, because patience is of so much, it's of paramount importance. Every one of us gets so easily irritated, lose our temper, we react, we judge. If something doesn't go our way, we become angry, we throw tantrums. It is human, it is in our genes. It's a natural human behavior, but we need to control it, because if we don't have patience, then we land ourselves in trouble. So second thing is love for the profession I have chosen. God, you have placed me here in this medical profession. I'm a doctor, I'm a physician, I'm a surgeon, I'm an obstetrician, I'm a cardiologist, I'm an orthopedic surgeon, whatever may be one's profession. Lord, you have given me this. I'm blessed to be here. I'm fortunate. Millions of people don't have this privilege and honor to be your instrument. So give me strength, give me passion, give me love for my profession, and let me be able to love my patients, because as I said, patients can react sometimes very harshly. Patients' parties, the hospital authorities, they may not understand your feelings, your needs and demands. So the ability to love our profession is of supreme importance, having patience. And another virtue, very important virtue to overcome stress, is forgiveness. Forgiveness. He has hurt me, she has hurt me, he has humiliated me, she has humiliated me. So that grief, that hurt, we must not carry. We must get rid of this. Just as we delete unwanted files, just as we delete junk files from our computer because it eats up our space, memory, we need to delete these negative feelings, hurt. Let go, so you feel relaxed, you feel lighter, you feel happy. And the fourth important divine virtue to overcome stress is devotion to duty. As I said, कर्तव्य निष्ठा, अपना कर्तव्य को ईमानदारी से, दिलचस्पी से, प्रामाणिकता से, प्रेम से करना. So there is a beautiful dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita does not belong to Hindus or India. It's a universal scripture, just as computer science is universal, anatomy is universal, mathematics is universal, the teachings in Bhagavad Gita are universal. A man of the caliber of Arjun, he became depressed. He went into acute depression. It's a psychotic condition, it's a serious mental disorder. He was the commander of the forces. The entire society's, country's safety was on his shoulders. On that battlefield, he said, no, I can't fight the terrorists, because terrorists were attacking from all quarters, this unrighteous people. So it was Arjun's duty to fight the battle against, to vanquish them. But there he said, no, my own grandfather is there, teacher is there, though they may be terrorists, but I can't fight them, I can't kill them. So I will become a monk, go to Himalayas and meditate and get mukti. The Sri Krishna admonishes him, it doesn't befit you. तुम कायर की भांति बात कर रहे हो, तुम्हें शोभा नहीं देता है अर्जुन, तुम्हारा कर्तव्य निष्ठा से करना. So as medical professionals, sometimes our spirits may be down, we may not feel motivation, but still by praying, by thinking deeply, by practicing introspection, we must re-energize ourselves, we must re-motivate. Nobody can motivate us. Coach will tell how to play short, hand-eye coordination, shot selection, whatever it is. A coach will guide, but the player has to go and execute all the plans. Similarly, we may get guidance from others, help from others, but I have to face it myself. I have to. That's why Krishna says beautifully in the Gita, Uddhared Atmanatmanam na Atmanam avasadayet. 5,000 years ago, Sri Krishna dealt with this problem of depression and stress. Arjun, you have to raise yourself. You have to motivate yourself. You should not depend on anybody for motivation or for strength or for guidance. All the strength, wisdom, succor you require is within you. You just have to feel it, experience it, bring it out. So, and the final thing, the last virtue to overcome, which is of great importance to overcome stress, is unselfishness. Unselfishness is God, Vivek, and everybody said. So we may say, Swamiji, we are all in the family, how can we be unselfish? Jesus, our elders say, Jesus was 100% unselfish. Gautam Buddha was 100% unselfish. Swami Vivekananda was 100% unselfish. Guru Nanak Ji was 100% unselfish. We may not be able to reach that height, but I may have 1%. Every one of us has this divinity. Today, my capacity may be 1%, tomorrow 2%. Then I'll go on improving. Because all this great prophets have told, the kingdom of heaven is within us. It is within us. All the divine virtues and graces and strengths and abilities, capacities to cope with stress are within us. So these 5 virtues will help us in overcoming stress and depression. And second important thing is, after this prayer and deep thinking, physical exercises. Medical professionals, there's a beautiful thing in Bible, doctor, heal thyself. I have to keep myself fit. I have to take care of my diet. I have to take care of my rest. I have to take care of my sleep, the quality of sleep. I have to take care of my nutrition, my moderation in everything, so that I can keep myself fit. Only a fit doctor will be able to help others become fit and healthy. And every day we need to take physical exercises. Swami Vivekananda was a great champion of this. He would say, play football, use dumbbells, build up your biceps, build up your upper limbs, build up your lower limbs. Your calf muscle must be as strong as steel and iron, Vivekananda used to say. Because 125 years ago, Vivekananda knew the importance of calf muscle, the gastrocnemius muscles. They act as secondary heart. They pump the blood against gravity. Otherwise, there will be thrombosis, venous stasis. It can lead to embolism. So many problems can arise. So every day, whether it is jogging, running, swimming, even girls, everybody, there is no gender discrimination. So every one of us has to keep ourselves physically fit. A sound mind and a sound body is a golden statement. So only when our body is fit, our mind, because body and mind are so closely interrelated. So whether it is swimming, playing tennis, or badminton, or even running, jogging, whatever may be,
We have to keep on practicing yoga, pranayama according to teachers' instructions, yoga teachers. We have to keep ourselves fit. And third thing is nutrition. Nowadays, this is the age of junk food, fast food, high calorie diet we take, high carbohydrate diet which contains empty calories, doesn't give us fiber, doesn't give us nutrition, just for the taste of the palate. We consume these things, so we tend to put on weight, and this lipid disorders happen, cholesterol goes up, triglycerides go up, so all these things happen. Carcinogens we consume, so we need to take wholesome, nutritious food, giving us plenty of nutritive elements like fiber, etc., so that our gastrointestinal system, our cardiovascular system, excretory system, endocrinal system, everything is in perfect order. Some people may say, Swamiji, why should we believe in God? It's a kind of superstition and weakness. So I always feel, see, 93% of the physiological processes are involuntary, autonomous. Only 7% are voluntary. It means I can eat paratha or idli or rice or whatever it is. And then the moment it goes down the esophagus, the breaking down, the digestion, assimilation, circulation, nutrients, oxygen, glucose going into each and every cell of the body, and the waste excretion of waste products, how the nephrons function, how the endocrinal system operates, how the pineal, hypothalamus, pituitary, thyroid, how pancreas, how these glands function. We have no control over them. So there is a higher power which is governing all these processes. That power we call God or Atman or Mata or Mother of the universe, whatever, Father in heaven, whatever is it, Kingdom of heaven. So that we must have that basic faith. There is a higher power which is guiding this universe, which is guiding this microcosm. This is microcosm, that is macrocosm. The same law operates. And the last thing I would like to share with you, there is a very important law we have to learn. As we sow, so we reap. As we sow, so we reap. So this law of karma, jaisi karni, vaisi bharni. So that is the importance of doing service, doing unselfish work. Somebody is blind, he is unable to earn his living. You know, millions of people are blind either because of retinal detachment or degeneration or congenital anomalies or retinoblastoma, glaucoma, whatever may be the reason. So somebody is blind, somebody is bedridden, somebody is paralytic, somebody has become old, unable to earn his living. So whatever is within my reach, suppose I have 10 chapatis, 1 chapati I can share. Suppose I have 10 eggs with me, 1 egg I can give. So if we can do a little of the service, we get blessings of the Almighty, that supreme power. So when we are in need, if somebody is thirsty, I have 10 bottles of water, 1 bottle I can always share with others. I have 10 sweaters with me, 1 sweater I can give to somebody who is shivering in cold. So this service, working for the sake of good, just for the sake of doing good, so that will save us from stress. You can find that joy of service. So that's the motto of Ramakrishna mission. For my own good, my happiness, my peace, at the same time the good of the world in which we live, the good of the society, because I may have millions of rupees, but I can't eat them. I can't eat money. I need water, I need food, I need air, I need light for my survival. So many people are laboring hard to keep me on this earth, to make my existence comfortable here. So a sense of gratitude. I must give it back to the society. I must not be selfish. So this unselfish work and freedom and free. Every day I pray to God, Lord, free me from corruption and greed. Let this virus of corruption and greed, let it not enter to me. If it enters, it eats into our vitals. So because suppose I have a massive heart attack now, I am gone, leaving everything here. I will not be able to take anything to the cremation ground or to the other world. So everything is left behind. So this honesty, integrity, and this spirit of service will help us in overcoming stress. So I think I have taken a lot of your time, 40 minutes I have spoken. So this is what Swami Vivekananda always would say. Hey, every one of you, mark my words, is divine. Every one of you has a bright future. Every one of you has a glorious future. Every one of you are an instrument in the hands of God. You will be able to do marvelous work. So this faith in ourselves, Atma Vishwas, This auto suggestions are of paramount importance. मैं आत्मविश्वास से भरपा एक प्रार्थना है, शरणागति है, प्रभु मैं आपकी शरण में आया हूँ. दूसरी चीज़ है आत्मविश्वास, टू रेज आवर्सेल्व्स. मैं आत्मविश्वास से भरपूर हूँ. मैं हर चुनौती को अच्छी तरह सामना कर सकता हूँ. हर एक काम को मैं अच्छी तरह कर सकता हूँ. हर क्षेत्र में, हर पल, हर दिन मैं बेहतर से बेहतर बन रहा हूँ. मेरी आत्मोन्नति हो रही है. And capable of facing all challenges, and capable of facing any situation, and capable of handling stress. Sometimes we may lose, but we should not lose confidence. Okay? Great champions, they are made of this stuff. A champion like a Federer or a Nadal or a Djokovic or a Virat Kohli, they may fail miserably in one match, but the ability to bounce back, that resilience, emotional resilience, it is already within us. So may the Almighty give you strength. You are already doing marvelous work, doctors, so you'll be able to do your work in a more efficient and in a greater way, and you will be a blessing to this great country of ours, Bharat, India, and you will be a blessing to the entire mankind, humankind. Thank you very much. I'm grateful to Swami.
Thank you, Swami Satyeshanandaji. The only thing which I can put in the nutshell of whatever you told us now, enlighten us, I can say is the highest.
Maharaj, allow us few questions. I'll be very happy if you ask questions, and whatever little knowledge I have, I'll try to share with you. Few questions.
Yes,
without any fear or hesitation or.
I'll be the one who will ask us, Maharaj. The only thing which I can say is the highest manifestation of strength is to stay calm and on our feet. The whole nutshell which I understood about what you told is, आपकी जो ताकत की पहचान ये होती है कि आप शांत रहें और ज़मीन में रहें. During school time we used to hear this, अकेले ही आए थे और अकेले ही जाओगे. इस दुनिया में आप अकेले ही आए, अकेले ही जाओगे. People will not remember you for how much you have earned, what type of person you are, what post you have held in life, or whatever buildings you have built in life. What people will remember is what you have done in life, how you have treated others. So all I can say is, आप लोगों को जैसा बर्ताव करते हो वैसे ही आपको लोग याद रखेंगे. So before the vote of thanks, the house is open for any queries. I'll start with the query, Maharaj. The query which I asked this, even Suvidananda Maharaj was the same question. We all say about Gautam Buddha ji. We all say he was a very selfless guy when he was Siddhartha, when he was not Gautam Buddha. My question again to you is the same. Siddhartha, he left his worldly wealth and worldly matters and he became Gautam Buddha to serve the people. And in Buddhists, they don't believe in idols or worship. They believe कि जब तक आप हैं, अच्छा रहिए, लोगों की सेवा करें. So being a doctor, being a father, being a son, and being a responsible guardian of the house, my question is, was Siddhartha right to demean the worldly matters, leave his son and leave his wife without any reason and go and when he became Buddha? So he might be the best person, he might be the better person for the world. So didn't he commit injustice to his wife and his children? This is the question which I have never got from anyone. Last time also I asked one Maharaj ji. So if you can please, Maharaj, enlighten us on this.
So thank you very much for this very beautiful, pertinent, very important question. This question haunts everybody. Why did Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, leave his beautiful wife, small child, his father Shuddhodhan, the palace, everything, and why did he become a monk? Okay? See, basically, We need not be, I tell you, we need not be genetic fathers and genetic mothers. No? Because the whole universe is my family. You are my family. I am absolutely at ease here. No? When I was at ease in my hometown, the place of my birth. Because I feel oneness with everybody. I am not just restricted, confined to a particular family. I was born in a particular family. I had my biological parents. I have my siblings. Understand? It is not that Siddhartha deserted them. He went for a very great purpose. He had a cosmic, global mission. Understand? And afterwards, he became a benefactor. He was a great blessing to the entire humankind. Afterwards, his wife, child, everybody embraced this life of seva, life of service and sacrifice. They never felt bad. You understand? That is the kind of sacrifice. Because even today you see, in many parents, their children go join the army. Understand? They go join the army. Many times they make supreme sacrifice for the sake of the country. Understand? Then will you tell, is it not selfish on his part? He went in search of wealth in order to feed his family. He gave up his family, and it's not like that. A higher purpose. You have a higher purpose. I am not just confined to my family, my father, my mother, my children, my spouse, my relatives. No, everybody is my father. Everybody is my mother. Everybody is my friend. Everybody, I need not be a genetic father. I need not be a genetic biological mother. I can have the motherly feeling towards everybody. It's not selfishness. Understand? See, because Siddhartha made that supreme sacrifice, millions of people even today are getting that light, that wisdom. Because there is misery in the Buddha taught, there is misery in this world. You cannot deny this. There is way to end this misery. Cessation of misery is there. And the right, this Arya Satyani, this eightfold truth he gave, that right conduct, right living, right speech and all. Had he remained in the confines of his family and the palace, the world would have been a great loser. The world would have lost, would have been groping in darkness. You understand? That is why Narendranath also, Vivekananda also, how Narendranath became Vivekananda. Today this hospital is there, it is helping people. If at all, if this hospital has helped just one person, it is because of Narendranath's sacrifice, isn't it? He gave up his mother in order to serve millions of mothers. Siddhartha gave up his wife, He might have deserted one woman, but he served millions of women all over the world. He might have given up his son Rahul, but he gave light to millions. Even today he is giving light, he is a beacon light to millions of people. So it is not an act of selfishness or a thing. It's a supreme sacrifice because you are a very intelligent doctor. You know this life is short. You know this. You were a small kid in Vivekananda Kendra, as you said. You were a small kid. You grew up. Now you are in 30s or 40s. In twinkling of an eye, you will be in your 50s and 60s and dead, incapacitated. We will lose all our skills, our reflexes. Understand? We become like vegetables. You have seen in ICUs and this thing. So when Vivekananda gave this great truth, this is science. Basically, this is science. It stands to reasoning. This human life is short. What he meant by this phrase short means it is so fickle, uncertain, fragile. Twinkling of an eye, the time slips between our fingers. I was a small boy. I was in my teens. Now I am in my 60s. In no time, I will have to quit this world. So Vivekananda said, this human life is short. The vanities of this world are transient, temporary, fleeting, evanescent. Vanities means what? Youth. I was a very young, strong young man, athlete, but now I am losing my reflexes. I have become slowed down. So vanities means health, youth, wealth, power. Equations can change very fast, isn't it? A pandemic, this COVID pandemic created havoc, isn't it? Equations got changed. So the vanities of the world are transient. Name, fame, beauty, health, power, position. position, recognition, honor, everything is temporary. And he made a very great statement. He wrote this to Maharaja of Mysore in 1894 when he was at the peak of his glory. They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. They alone live who live for others. The rest are more dead than alive. Why he made? Because you will get a sense of joy, a sense of fulfillment. When the final call comes, Lord, I have done my duty to the best of my ability. Please forgive all the mistakes I have done. I could do what was within my capacities, so I am grateful to you. So you can live with a clean conscience. So I understand Jesus Christ. You may ask why Jesus did not marry. He remained a perfect bachelor, brahmachari. Understand? He would pray, Lord, lead me not into temptations. Temptations of wealth, flesh, gold, name, fame and all. He was crucified. So he is worshipped as an incarnation of God, Son of God. Understand? So that is the beauty of this inner world. Because you are not confined to your just one family. Because for me, you are like my own blood brother. I can't make any differentiation between my blood brother and you. Because basically we are one. It's like a very important analogy is given. We are all in this ocean. An ocean has different waves. You see, each wave has a different shape and a size and a form. Understand? Some is a mountain high wave, someone is a small wave. Someone's name is Mr. Ajit, someone's name is Christopher, someone's name is Muhammad Razak. Understand? Name is different, form is different, shape is different, isn't it? But they are all basically one with the water. Substance is one. Understand? There is no differentiation. But this wave says, I am different from this wave. The quarrels happen. But basically it is one. Oneness. So to explore the sense of oneness, Siddhartha gave everything in quest of truth. Why there is so much of suffering in this world? Why there is death in this world? How can I bring light to people? Because he saw 4 people. Why Siddhartha? He saw somebody was screaming in pain. He was having acute abdominal emergency, massive pain, intestinal obstruction, might be having peritonitis or whatever it is, septicemia. He was in great pain. He asked charioteer, what is this? This is called illness. My prince, it does not save anybody, it does not spare anybody, it does not respect anybody. Then will I get this kind of disease? Yes. My wife, beautiful wife? Yes. My son? Yes. It does not spare anybody. Then he goes somewhere, somebody was carrying a dead body and everybody was wailing and moaning. What is this? This is called death. This is called death. Will I die? This beautiful, strong body will die? Yes. My wife will die? Yes. Then somebody was in deep peace, meditation. What is he? He is a sage. He is finding great joy within and he serves everybody. So that made Siddhartha became good. I think I have explained this.
Thank you.
And another thing, not everybody should become a monk. Not everybody should become a nun. Each one is great in his own place. If you read Swami Vivekananda's Karma Yoga, you are great in his own place, in your own place. A Safai Karmachari, a sanitation staff is great in his own place. A driver is great in his own place. Prime Minister is great in his own place. An accountant or a nurse or a compounder, everybody is great in his own place. A householder is as great as a monk. A householder who is ready to give up his life. Understand? Who has given up a soldier, a doctor during this COVID. They gave up, they sacrificed everything, isn't it? They overcame fears, they forgot their families, day and night they worked, nice news, put the patients on ventilators, tried to resuscitate them, isn't it? So a real monk is great in his own place and a householder is great in his own place. That is the great. Not everybody should, it's not that Siddhartha became Buddha, that's why he became great. No. Just because he wore this ochre robe, God does not see the dress we wear. Dr. Abdul Kalam, where do you get a man like Dr. Abdul Kalam? He gave up his whole life for the poor, for the country, to make India a self-sufficient. You understand? He wanted the good of everybody. You understand? So he didn't marry. You might question why did he not marry? He went against the laws of man. Somebody asked Dr. Abdul Kalam, Mr. President, why did you not marry? Then he said, Madam, where is the time for me to marry? There is so much of work to do, so much to learn in this world. So much to learn. So much to do work. So where is the time for me to marry? So that is his attitude. You understand? So different perspectives you can have.
Any questions from the house, please?